All right, once more with feeling. Welcome to Evolving Your Brand with Hot Technology. Let me know if we have any more technical difficulties, and then we'll go back to that plan B that I was excited about. So, I was talking about the 5 hot clues that it's time to evolve your brand, that it's time to really make some changes around your business. And those 5 clues are technology. If technology shifts and changes, then it gives you all sorts of opportunities, and we're going to talk about some of those a little bit later on. Trends. So when there's a new trend going on, when something new and different happens, and you see that trend happening, you don't want to be left behind the times. If your clients change, you've decided to work with a slightly different audience, or the audience you've been working with has become educated and more sophisticated, then your brand may change. You've changed. If you've gone through some sort of huge personal transformation, if you've had a big life change and you're an entrepreneur, then that's most likely going to impact how you run your business. It's going to show up. So you might as well just be transparent about it. Say, hey, look, this thing happened. Let's do it. And then the last is if your business changes. If your goals or your vision or your business plan, basically, if that changes, then your brand needs to change. So those are the 5 clues for evolving your brand. And Blue Sky, I apologize that you can't see me. Something is definitely going on with foreign internet. So, today we're going to mostly talk about technology, because I realized if I tried to talk about all 5 in detail, we would be here for like 6 days. And that's not going to work. So, technology. Technology is really cool because you can add to your brand, you can add a whole host of new and exciting things. And sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. But it teaches you a lot, and it adds layers to your brand. What do I mean by layers? Well, I'm going to talk about a couple of different types of technology and kind of talk about the impact that they can have on your brand and on your clients and on all of those things that you want to create with your clients. You want them to be interested in you and engaged with you, in conversation with you, and really involved with your business. You want them to really get close. So this is about how technology can help you get close and get your message out into the world in a bigger way. So the first technology we're going to talk about is live streaming. And I know, it's very funny. But live streaming definitely still has some technical kinks, but if you're willing to bear with it, then it can really have a huge payoff, because it lets you speak and appear by video to your people, and at the same time they can chat with you in the chat box, and they can interact, and they can ask you questions, and they can get involved. So for those of you who are tuned in, I invite you to ask your questions, make your comments, chat away in the chat box. It's over on the right-hand side, having one of those right-left moments, but it's over on the right-hand side. If you just type your name in the little box underneath that stream of comments, and then hit say, like you type your little message, hit say, it'll ask you for a username, but you'll be able to participate in the conversation. It's really cool. It lets you, interact in a whole new way while still presenting your content, and it makes you more transparent. Like, you have to be seen in this technology. You're going to be able to connect with people because they can see you and because you can show them things. I'm going to do that here in a minute. So the way I'm using Livestream in my business is that I've taken my traditional one-way e-zine that doesn't create a whole lot of conversation. It's just like, you're talking to your people, you're writing to your people. But I've taken one of my instances of my e-zine every month and I've transformed it into a streaming e-zine, and that's what this is today. It's, hi, we're just live streaming and we're live streaming some e-zine content, and I can do a little bit deeper teaching, a little bit more than an article would typically give you, and really drill deep into one topic. And then I can give people a little Q&A time as well. So that's been really exciting, and it definitely still has kinks, and I think in my case a fair amount of it's still user error. I'm still getting used to the dashboard, getting used to the microphone setup, and can you hear me now, and all that stuff. So thank you for bearing with me, and it will get better. Can only get better from here, right? So that's the first technology that I've been using that's really changed my brand a lot. It's made me able to connect with people on a deeper level and really do more regular training. And that's important to me. Like, I really wanted to be a teacher when I grew up, and it gives me an opportunity to get in front of a camera once a month and actually do some real teaching. So, Livestream. The next technology I'm going to talk about is evergreen webinars. So, what I mean by that is that you would record a webinar, slides, and you teaching a module or explaining a program or whatever it is that you're doing with those slides. You record the video of the slides and the audio of you going through them, and then you can put it up on a service that just allows you to schedule some random times for that and just replay it at certain intervals. This gives you two other really cool benefits. One is that it's easy. I know that you're most likely an entrepreneur running their own show if you're on my campus, and there's only one of you. It's hard to clone you. Believe me, if I knew how to duplicate myself, I would. But there's only so many hours in a day, and there's only so many opportunities that you have to teach your stuff. So this makes it easy to get that repetition, to get more convenient times out to your audience. And that brings me to the second thing, is when you're pre-scheduling these and you have several opportunities, it makes you more worldwide, because you can schedule one at 4 in the morning your time to hit people in other parts of the world that are interested in your message, but they're not going to come to a regularly scheduled call with you because they're going to be sleeping then. So it helps you get your message out in a bigger way. So the software that I've been playing with in this arena is called Stealth Seminar. I'm only in the very beginning phases of playing with it, but it's really cool, and I have some really good friends who are also using it who have had great results. So if you're looking to add more ease, more repetition, and more availability into the way that you teach, the way that you present your content, then that's something to look at. The next technology that I want to talk about is the interactive ebook. And this is what I've been playing with a lot this month. It's very hot, very fresh, very new. And what it is it's basically an ebook, but you can embed all sorts of interactivity in it. You can do, you can put videos in it, you can put slideshows, you can put all sorts of cool stuff in it. And I actually have mine right over here. If you'll bear with me a second while I wake up my iPad. So here it is. It's called Inviting Branding. And, basically I built this in a couple of days. It's really cool, and it got published on the iTunes bookstore. So it widened my reach. It helped me get to more people. And really, when you're a small business and you want people to hear your message, it's good if more people hear that message, right? So I'm going to actually turn this light away from you for a second so that you can see this better, just for a moment. I'm going to be dark, but that's okay. So, this gives you an opportunity to make things really beautiful, to instill all sorts of beauty into your presentation. So here's the cover image. And then we're going to go a couple pages down the road, and here is one of the interactive pages.
Hi, I'm Erin Puri, Inviting Branding Specialist. You've heard the rumors, right? That we're in the age of relationship marketing. So why are so many marketers still...
So basically I've got a few videos embedded in this of me talking about the concepts that are in the book. It makes it more entertaining. It makes it more approachable. So a couple pages down the road again, it's where I can show you that your users can make notes and highlight directly in your ebook. So if you're doing something where you're teaching and you want them to answer questions or be able to just engage in their particular learning methodologies, this has tools that you can do that with. So we've got this thing highlighted, whew, and then I swear if you click on this, there's a note. It's not cooperating right now. So the last very exciting kind of interactive module you can put in these is slideshows. This is just a PowerPoint presentation that I use to help people identify what emotion or tone they want to set in their brand. So you can flip through it. If you have samples of your work, if you are any sort of artist or designer or photographer or jewelry artist, then this is a spectacular tool to be able to show off what you do. So that's a little bit of a tour of the iBook. The iBook is, again, really cool because it lets you appeal to all the learning styles. Kinesthetic learners, they get to actually touch it and poke it and play with it, and they've never been reached before. And then you also get this wider audience, this bigger stage to work from. You become a published author, you get in the iTunes bookstore, and your word can get out much further. So, that, and the last point I want to make is that this technology has 3 waves. It has, early adopter, middle wave, and then kind of the last to go, the forced bucket. And what I mean by this is, when you're working with technology, let me fix my light here. I just realized I'm still all dark. Hi again. So if you're an early adopter, you will be positioning your brand as a more innovative brand, as cutting edge, as forward thinking. You'll be on the very tip of the cool trail. And that brings with it a very exciting, hey look, there's this cool thing happening factor. Now all 3 of the trends I mentioned today, the live stream, the evergreen webinar, and the iBook, they're still very innovative. They're still very, hey, look at this cool thing, brand new. So it's very, very exciting. The middle wave, that's when you've let other people go first. When you've kind of let them blaze the trail, you've determined that it's safe, you've determined that it works, you see how it goes, and then you go after them. Like, this is what's happening right now with video launches and kind of having your own video set up that way. It starts to become a little more expected. It doesn't have that, hey, this thing is so new and cool, but people do still sit up and take notice. So it doesn't have quite the pass it around, go viral sort of appeal that going first does. And then the last kind of inviting technology into your brand for evolution is the forced evolution. And this is a category where you don't really want to be. This is when you are on the tail end of that technological trend and you're only upgrading because you have to. This is happening with a lot of traditional websites right now. People are seeing that WordPress is the way to go, that they have to go that way. And they're just now getting rolled over when they could have been taking advantage of some of the plugins and features and everything else all along for a really long time. So watch out for technological trends. Another one that's hot on the horizon is having your own web TV show. A lot of people are starting to do that, and when it's done well, it can help you get a lot of attention. It can help you get a lot of interest. So I hope this little mini training on technology has helped. I would love any questions, and I actually have a couple already stored up that I would love to answer. The first is about really, what do you do if you want to hop on a new trend, but the technology isn't really your technology? And what I mean for this, what I mean for this is that the iBook software is it's made for Mac. And a lot of people with PCs have been asking, how can I get on this? How can I do this? Is it available for my computer? And sometimes the answer is no. For various technologies, they're just built for one platform or another. In this case, it's just for Macs. And, I've been hearing a lot of, that's kind of heartbreaking because people want to get on this trend. They want to get the benefits. So I have a couple of quick suggestions on how you can do that. The first is, partner with someone who does have a Mac. Partner with someone who understands the technology and get them to help you with it. I'm sure that there's something in your life that you can help them with, even it all out. The second way is to really, look for a vendor who can do that for you. And the third way is to just look for a different technology altogether. Do some other strategy. It doesn't have to be that strategy. You can still get a lot of benefit from using technology in any way. So just don't be sad. I don't want to make you sad. So Blue Sky asks, are you an affiliate making a kickback from the software programs that you are recommending? No, I am definitely not. I just think they're cool. Oh, the webinar program that I use is called Stealth Seminar. Stealth, like I'm being stealthy in the night. And yeah. So those are the couple of questions I've gotten so far. There are actually a lot more questions on precisely how to deal with the iBook itself on my website at govirallab.com. And that's govirallab.com. There's a lot of, very iBook specific stuff there. Another question I get with the live stream is what else can you do with it? Well, you can do anything you want with it. I have associates and clients who are running preview calls on it, who are running training calls, who are doing their group coaching on it. They're doing all sorts of stuff with it. So anything where it would benefit from, you being able to talk to people and get questions at the same time, that's a really good format for it. All right. Well, that brings us pretty much to the end of our little 20-minute time. I like to keep these short because I know it's a lot to pay attention to watch the video and be in the chat and everything else. If anybody has any last questions, I'll stick around for a moment. And, again, if you're interested in checking out the iBook stuff or making one of your very own, if you've got a Mac, go check out govirallab.com. Thanks, Lynn. Lynn says, well done. And thank you. All right. It's great to see you. It's great to chat with you. And I hope that you have a absolutely fabulous day. Oh. one more question just came in from Blue Sky. It says, with WordPress websites, do you have to know code? Well, no. There are a lot of WordPress templates that already exist that you can very easily just download and just install within WordPress itself. There's just a little button for that. And then you can just type in to all your various pages. There's a whole interface that makes it really easy. So this is not really a nuts and bolts of WordPress training call, so I'm not going to go too deep into it, but you do not have to know code. It's not a requirement. All right, any last questions, Blue Sky or Lynn or anybody else who's out there? You guys are the chatty ones. I'm going to hang on for just a minute and see if they're typing away. That is the one thing about this. You can't tell if people are still typing. I'd love a feature like that. That'd be fabulous. All right. Well, nothing has come through quite yet, so I'm going to bid you a lovely and fabulous afternoon. Enjoy your technology, and if there's one thing that I've learned from the last couple of days of struggling with mine, it's that technology is great for evolving your brand. It's fabulous. And sometimes it doesn't all go quite as planned. And that just gives you an opportunity to be really transparent with your people, to be really honest and say, hey, I messed up with the technology, or my internet's down, or, crazy stuff is happening. And to just roll with it. And they get to see how you improvise. And for most people, working with someone who can improvise is actually a big plus. So you'll be surprised how much mistakes and technology glitches and hiccups and just how you handle that can help you really bond with your people better. So that's what I've been surprised about the last few days, and I just wanted to share that with you as my final thought. All right, enjoy. I'll talk to you soon.